Hello everybody and welcome back. I wanted to film a full face of Clinique because I feel like I've been looking past them for far too long. I've picked up a few pieces in recent months and they've all become products I gravitate towards often, so I wanted to see if I could find any more gems. I also wanted to say a quick thank you to the Clinique team for helping me to produce this video. They sent me a lot of the products I'm going to be using today. So before we get started, I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So I'm jumping straight into foundation, and I'm going to be using the Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation with SPF 25. I'm going to be using the shade 28 Ivory. This packaging is so freaking cute. That's what really drew me to this specific foundation. It just looks like a little egg or something. It's so cute. I'm putting some on a little palette, and I'm going to be using this BMX 180 buffer brush from Moda Pro. I found it really hard to shade match myself online for this product, so we'll see how good I did here. It's just a little confusing the way that they laid it out there, but I think I figured it out. That looks pretty close to me. Really good, actually. Wow, okay. I like this one's texture. It feels very lightweight. Usually foundations with SPF in them, they can feel a little bit thicker, whereas this one is just melting onto my skin really nicely. And the coverage is really, really nice. I squirted out 2 pumps of this foundation on my palette, but I think I'm only needing 1. This looks even better than what I was expecting. It's kind of giving me vibes of the Makeup Forever HD Skin, just in its finish and the ease of use of it. I think this looks really pretty. I like how it's just like a natural finish. It's not too glowy where it feels like it's going to slip and slide. It feels really nice and thin on my skin as well. Wow. Better than I would have hoped. Okay, so now let's get into concealer, and I have the Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. So this one's cute. It has like a little sponge tip at the end. The little doe foot is so cute. It looks like the little red moon boots from Mischief. That's what it reminds me of. So I have 2 shades here, Stone and Bone. Sounds like an afternoon. I think I'm going to go with Bone. Bone looks a little bit brighter. This looks a bit too orange for my skin tone. I almost said skin type there. Skin tone. Ooh, this foundation looks so good on my skin. I'm going to try to use this little spongy guy up top here. See how I like it. It feels a little stiff for my liking, but we'll see. I feel like it's going to absorb a lot of what I have down. Yeah, I don't like it. Maybe if I stamp instead. Yeah, it's better, but I feel like it's still absorbing a lot of product. I feel like you'd need to really soak this thing with concealer, which kind of gets gross after a while. I would just always use my beauty blender. Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of coverage. Oh, Ren's going in his cozy cave. Yeah, this is truly erasing my under eyes. I did not expect these results from these base products at all. I feel like I've been having bad luck with newer base products that I've been trying. They either don't align with my standards or I just forget about them, but these are striking something within me. I like what I'm seeing. I'm just building it up a little bit where I have some darker areas. I just wanted to see how it built up on itself too. And it looks very, very nice. Okay. I feel very happy with those. So now moving on to powder, I have the Clinique Blended Face Powder, and I have the shade 20 Invisible Blend. But before I powder, I need some lip balm because I need help. Just using my little Fenty one that I leave on my desk. Youch. I'm going to take some on my little Huda Beauty Under Eye Powder Poof. Then I'm going to press this powder right where I have the tendency to crease, or have these bigger lines. It maybe makes my under eyes a little bit yellow, but I don't entirely mind it. I feel like my under eyes look very blank. I'm digging it. I feel like it may have darkened my concealer a little bit, or maybe since it just mattified it, it showed the undertone of that concealer, but I think it looks pretty good, just like in its finish. What do you guys think? The base turned out amazing. I'll bring you guys in as close as I can so you can see what it looks like on my skin. Again, I don't use any filters on my videos. It's sitting pretty. It's sitting very, very pretty. And I'm going to revisit that powder in a little bit. So now to bronze. I've made a mistake because I thought this was a bronzing stick. It's an eyeshadow stick, so I can't be using that. But I do have this Clinique Sun-Kissed Face Gelée. This is a Complexion Multitasker, and it's supposed to make you look tanned. They suggest you mix it in with your foundation. So I was kind of thinking of mixing it in with a little bit of foundation to create like a bronzer shade. I messed up, but maybe we'll find something really cool. I feel like if I were to use this on its own, on top of my foundation, it might look a little bit streaky, so that's why I'm thinking of mixing it in with the extra stuff I just splattered all over my desk. Yeah, okay. And look, it kind of does act like a self-tanner. It kind of stains you. That's interesting. This would be cool to do. I don't know if you've seen those videos where they apply self-tanner in like the contour areas. That might be really nice, and then you wash it off and then it would be really subtle definition. I've done that before with self-tanner and it went very, very badly, but this one looks like a much sheerer tint, and I like the tone of the stain better, so I don't know, I'll try that out. This is what it looks like. It might be a little dark. I'm scared. It might work. I'm going to try, and if it's a disaster, then it's okay. Is it? It feels really nice. It's super cooling. This is working out so much better than I thought it would. I really like how it's mixed into the shade of foundation I went in with, so it's just blending in perfectly. The tone is so nice. It's not so orangey. It kind of has this neutral depth to it that's really pretty. And now I'm just grabbing my foundation brush and I'm going to buff at the edges just to help smooth them out, especially right here. I went a little crazy. I think that is so flattering. That was the best outcome. Blessing in disguise for sure. I've been looking forward to putting this on my face all day. This is one of my recent favorite blushes. This is the Cheek Pop in the shade 17 Black Honey Pop. It's so good. I took this on vacation with me and I wore it nearly every day. It's such a beautiful blush because it doesn't seem like it's going to do that much, but it adds so much dimension to your cheeks because it does have a nice fine pearl in here. So it just makes you look so radiant, and the color is perfection. There it is, swatched on my hand. So there's a bunch of lovely undertones in here. There's like pink ones, some brown tones, so it just looks so flattering. So I'm going to apply it with this Moda brush. This is a BMX 220 Radiance brush. This brush collection always makes me giggle. And this is a great blush, especially if you're heavy-handed, because it just builds up slowly. And the finish is always so smooth. Like you don't know where it starts or ends. You don't see a line of demarcation anywhere. It's just so lovely. It's like you're painting. It's like it's revealing the blush from underneath. You know, it just looks like and this one can be built up a ton. I just like to go for this amount. So like still a lot. I also have another shade. I haven't tried this one yet. I'm just blinded by Black Honey, but I also have 01 Ginger Pop, which looks more peachy. Really cute, but I'm far more into this tone. It's time that I revisit my powder, and I'm now just going to set where I usually do. So now I'm going to do half of my brow routine on camera. They do have a brow pencil. They just don't have a shade perfect for my hair color. So I'm going to be using the shade 05 Dark Espresso just to fill in some gaps. I did tint my brows yesterday, so I feel like I don't need much filling. I always go in with a brow pencil first, and then I like going in with my Charlotte Tilbury mascara in the shade Dream Pop because it's the perfect color for my hair. I really like when brands have such a long spoolie on the end of their brow pencils. I feel like it always diffuses the product better. I just prefer it. And then I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury mascara. Then I take the spoolie from my brow pencil and then I shape the brow hairs, because sometimes if I try to do this with the mascara wand, I deposit too much color and then it's just a mess. So there we are. I'm just going to quickly prime my lids, so please enjoy the brow intermission, or eye priming intermission. Now for eyes, I have a few options. So I have two of the Chubby sticks for eyes. The green one, which is the shade Whopping Willow, and this is Fuller Fudge. Then I have three of the Quickliners for eyes. I have True Khaki, Grape, and Slate. So what should I do here? So I kind of swatched the green Chubby stick with all of these. I was kind of rooting for this combo, but they don't seem to blend well together. They kind of just repel each other, so I don't think that's going to go very smoothly. So I might have to do the green thing, because these ones are friends for some reason. And I don't like these two together. I don't like it. Let's start with the green. Has this little smudgy thing at the end, so I'm using that to fade this away. Okay, that was relatively easy. I don't know if it's my favorite formula, like it works, but it's a little bit sheer, and I think there's a little pearl in here, so it's making it look not patchy, but just inconsistent. Now I'm switching over to this Chubby stick, and I don't know. See, I just have a thing against Chubby sticks. Like for the eye, I feel like this is a little big, except if you're just going to be smudging this all over as a one and done. But I prefer a smaller eyeshadow pencil, kind of like the Bobbi Brown size. I think that's perfection, just in case if you want to build up depth. And if you're using multiple colors, it can get muddy quickly. But I'm taking this little eyeliner brush and I'm picking some of the product up like this. And then I'm going to apply. I'm hoping it's going to build up a bit more than that. I'm going to try to apply it just on the side so I can hopefully build this up a bit. It's not giving what I need it to give. They feel a little slippy for my liking for an eye product. I feel like this would crease on me if I were to use it all over my eye. I'm not really feeling the Chubby stick. Don't take that out of context, okay? It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best either. So those two products feel very, very mid to me, very mediocre. Like I still think this is nice and salvageable for the day, but I don't think I'll be reaching for those again, really. I'll have to try the other two colors. These don't seem to have the shimmer in them, so maybe they'll perform a little bit differently for me. But now let's move on to mascara, and I'm going to be using the High Impact Mascara. This feels very lightweight for a mascara. I'm not a fan of the wand though. I feel like it's kind of hard to put it on my lashes. I like the consistency of the actual mascara though. For our first application, I feel like that looks quite nice. I think it's going to get better with age. What do you guys think? I think the mascara was pretty good, but still not striking me, you know? So the eye products were just okay for me. I'm more in love with the base products today. But now let's move on to lips, and I have a few things here. So here's what I've got for lips. So up top here are the three Quickliners for lips. Lip blush, Honey Stick, and the last one is Cocoa Rose. Then I have the iconic Black Honey lipstick right here. And then I have two glosses at the bottom. And I am infatuated with these glosses. They're so stunning. This one is Black Honey. This is another product that I brought with me on my 3-week vacation and I wore a ton. And the other lip gloss is the shade 03 Brulee Pop. I think for lip liner, I'm going to go with the shade Cocoa Rose. I feel like it's the most unique out of the bunch. Really nice formula. It's very glidey, but it has kind of a matte finish, so it sticks down really well. I like that color too. I'm going to put on this one first, just so we can see what it looks like. I feel like I need to apply this in this video, you know? So there's the classic lipstick, stunning, and it's so flattering on everyone, but I think I'm in for the gloss today. I just adore this gloss. It's a little bit more pigmented than the lipstick, I find. And I think it's going to flatter my dry lips a bit better today. Sometimes this one kind of picks up on my dry skin, which you just saw. And you know, I'm a gloss girl. And this formula is nice. I would say it's a little bit more of a classic gloss feel. So it has that tack, but it doesn't create those sticky lip lines, nor does it feel too heavy on the lips. It just has that tackier feel, which I don't mind for this because it ensures that the color stays on your lips a lot longer. I feel like I need to change my top. The blue is not good. There, I'll cover it with my hair and that looks a lot better. I really like the idea of the green eye with these tones on my cheeks and lips, but the reality of it, I feel like it's a little, not aging, but just not the most flattering. So I feel like I'm coming out of here with a lot of products I feel hopeful for, especially with the base products, specifically the Even Better Clinical Foundation. Same with the Even Better Concealer. Really awesome. They haven't moved or budged and they just look phenomenal. I'm really interested in this powder as well. I wonder if there's any flashback or anything. I feel like I don't hear about it, but it looks really pretty. It's pretty smoothing. It's not the most blurring, but it does have some blurring qualities. So I'm interested to see how this wears throughout the day, and I'm excited to retry them, especially this foundation. Like, I feel really excited about this. But the product that took me by surprise the most today was this one right here. I loved it mixed in with my foundation. I thought it was so flattering, and I don't have a product like that, and I never really thought of doing that either. So this kind of unlocked some new possibilities in my mind with other products, and I'm interested to see how this works out alone, like mixed in with my foundation and all over my face to give me more of a bronzed look. I'm really intrigued by this one. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities I get to play around with now. I would say pass on all the eye products that I used today. I'm not even that in love with the mascara now. It felt really lightweight at the beginning, but I feel like as time goes on, my lashes are falling and falling even more. I'll see if it gets better with age, but I feel like I have so many other mascaras right now that are just much better than this one. If you want to know my favorite mascaras, I have a list of all of my top recommendations in the description. You can click that link and you can see all the products I love in each category. But yeah, I don't know if this lives up to all my other ones I like. I didn't like the eyeliner, I didn't like the Chubby sticks, but I did want to give you some of my top recommendations of the products I previously loved before I did this video, and that goes for the Cheek Pop blushes. These are incredible. I feel like I'm going to collect these over time. There's another color, I think it's the shade Cola, that looks really promising, and I really like the lipstick and the glosses. You can't go wrong with these. They're stunning. And the last thing I just have to give a quick word on are the lip liners. I've used these a few times. I haven't used the shade that I wore today, but I really, really like it. I was using Honey Stick and Lip Blush. They're a really nice formula. They don't bleed, and I like how they set down, but they're very creamy. They're awesome, and I like how they're in a mechanical pencil form. I just prefer that, so I don't need to carry a sharpener with me. I just know I can just whip it out at any time and it's gonna be good to go. Yeah, this was a really fun video. I feel like I did end up discovering a few gems. I thought I was going to be really into the eye products and not so much the base products, but it turned out to be the opposite. So that was interesting to discover. Let me know what your favorite products from Clinique are. Am I missing out on any other gems? Let me know. But that's going to be it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's full face of Clinique. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll list everything I used in the description down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.